Hey you, and welcome to lesson 17. Today we are going to study a new tense. It's going to be the future simple tense. We will take all forms of the future simple, affirmative, negative, and questions. We'll also compare it to going to and see what is the difference. We will also talk about one and ones and how to use both of them and what is the difference between them. We'll talk about invitations, how to make an invitation, how to respond or decline an invitation. Finally, we will talk about the prices in English. And that will be all for today. So enjoy the lesson and let's get to it. Okay, so the future simple. What is it? It's basically known as the will tense. We use will to talk about the future, just like in the following chart. You see, he will travel. They will eat. Simple as that. We use will and we use the verb in the infinitive. Now, for negatives, we just add not. We insert not between the auxiliary and the main verb. Okay, for example, I will travel, I will not travel. He will come, he will not come. And that's it. Also, if we have will and not, we can say we have will plus not equals won't. Okay? Won't. It means will not. It's just shorter. I won't come. I won't come. I won't do it. It means I will not do it. Let's take a look at some examples. She will visit her friend tomorrow. This is positive. She will not or she won't visit her friend tomorrow. Or she won't go to school next week. Negative. Will you drive your car next week? Question. Again, the question form is we just take the subject and the model, which is in this case will, and we invert them. We reverse. We put the model before the subject, it becomes a question. We put the subject before the model, it becomes a statement or affirmative. Okay, so will you drive? You will drive. She will visit. Will she visit? She will not go to school. Will she not go to school? Okay, let's take a look at this table right here. I will, for short, it becomes I'll open the door. I'll open the door. So the main verb here is open. You'll finish before me. You'll finish before me. She won't or will not, she won't be at school tomorrow. We won't leave yet. We won't leave yet. Will you arrive on time? Will you arrive on time? Will they want dinner? Will they want dinner? So, positive, negative, questions. Okay, contraction with future simple. So I will becomes I'll, you will becomes you'll, he will, she will, it will becomes he'll, she'll, it'll. He'll, she'll, it'll. We will become we'll, we'll. They will become they'll, they'll. Negatives, I will not becomes I won't. You will not, you won't. He will not, he won't. She will not, she won't. It will not, it won't. We will not, we won't. They will not, they won't. All right. Now, what is the difference between will and shall? Sometimes we use shall instead of will, especially for I and we. As a general rule, Use will for affirmative and negative sentences about the future. Use will for requests. So use will for affirmative, negatives, and here, let's highlight it. Use will for requests, affirmative, and negatives. Where is negatives? Here, negatives. Okay? If you want to make an offer, or if you want to make a suggestion, use shall. So for offers, and okay, let's change the color of the highlight, so you will tell the difference. So, so if you want to use shall, we use shall to make an offer or to make a suggestion. In the question form, for very formal statements, especially to describe obligations, use shall. Okay, so if you want to describe obligations, you use shall as well, but it's very formal. Okay, let's take a look at some examples. Shall I make some lunch? Shall I make some lunch? Shall we have something to eat? Shall we have something to eat? Will you bring some more water, please? Will you bring some more water, please? You will, or you'll, give me a hand with dinner, won't you? You'll give me a hand with dinner, won't you? The trains will be late today because of the bad weather. How long will you stay in Hong Kong? How long will you stay in Hong Kong? He'll send us the report when he has all the data. He'll send us the report when he has all the data. So notice, will, we use it with affirmative, which means positive sentences, and we use it with negative sentences as won't. We use it for requests as well. Shall, we use it for offer or suggestions in the form of a question. Okay? Shall, we use it for offer or suggestion in the question form. For very formal statement. For very formal statement to describe obligations, we also use shall. Okay, now let's take a look about the uses. Why and how do we use the future simple tense? Okay, why do we use it? How do we use it? What is its function? No plan. That is number one rule. If we don't have a plan and we are just talking about the future, we use the future simple. Okay, we use a future simple tense when there is no plan or decision to do something before we speak. Okay, we make the decision spontaneously. What does that mean? Spontaneously. It means we make it as we go along. We don't think about it. We just decide now and we do it now. There is no plan. There is no prior thinking about the topic. We decide and we do right away without thinking ahead. Okay? So a spontaneous decision is a decision that is made at the time of speaking. For example, hold on, I'll get a pen. I didn't plan it. I didn't spend all day last night or all night last night thinking about when I will get a pen and how I will get a pen and which pen I'll get. I just made the choice right now. I said, hold on, let me get a pen. Or hold on, I'll get a pen. Okay, I'll get a pen. Or for example, you see someone carrying heavy bags and they want to leave and they can't open the door. So you say, here, I'll get it. I'll get it. I didn't make a plan. I didn't think about it. I just spontaneously reacted. So we use will for something that haven't been thought about before and for something that you've just decided to do right now, spontaneously, without any prior thoughts. Okay? Now let's see. Let's look at more examples. We will see what can we do to help you. Maybe we will stay and watch television tonight. I don't know. Maybe we'll stay and watch television. Maybe we won't. I don't know. There is no plan. Okay? In these examples, we have no firm plan. I mean, there isn't any concrete plan or solid plan. We just, as we say, winging it. Winging it, it means just doing something before previous planning. So before speaking, we have no plan. So we just making a decision at the time of speaking. Number two, we use a future simple is we often use a future simple tense with the verb to think before it. Okay? So I think I will. I think I will. I don't think I will. So with the verb think, we normally use will. If there is a verb think, we follow it by will normally. Like, I think I'll go to the gym tomorrow. I think I will have a holiday next year. I don't think I'll buy a car. Oh, I don't think I'll buy that car. We use it for predictions. What is a prediction? Prediction, it means to say what's going to happen in the future. This is a prediction. We always use will with predictions. Like, for example, it will rain tomorrow. This is a prediction. You don't know. It might not, but you think it will. People won't go to Jupiter before the 22nd century. Jupiter is a planet. It's a faraway planet, and you are making a prediction. You are saying people won't go to Jupiter before the 22nd century. Who do you think will get the job? Again, another prediction. Who do you think will get the job? You don't know. Nobody knows. You're just making a prediction. We have talked before about going to, and we use the use of going to talk about the future. Now we are explaining about will and how do we use will for the future. So let's put them side to side and kind of get a feel for what is the difference between the two. Will, it's used to express, it's used to express future actions decided at the moment of speaking. It means no prior plans, spontaneous. It means like I'll open the door, I give the pen, something that we decide right now at the moment of speaking. We use will. Also, we use will to make a prediction about the future. Like my team will win the championship. My team will win the championship. This is just a prediction. We also use will to talk about future fact, like something that a fact that is in the future, like the sun will rise tomorrow, or the sun will set in the west. Okay, this is just a fact. Or the water will boil at 100-degree temperature. So we use will to talk about facts in the future. Now, going to, we talked before that going to is used when we are talking about a plan in the future. It's not an arrangement yet, it's a plan. Like, I'm going to go to Germany in my holiday. I didn't buy the tickets yet, but that is my plan. I'm making a plan. So if I don't have a plan, then I use will. If I have a plan and I want to do something, I have the plan and an intention, that means going to. But if I have a plan, intention, and airplane tickets, that is present continuous, means arrangement. So that is the difference. If you want to do something, then it's will. If you don't make a plan, there is no plan, you use will. Okay? If you're making a plan about something to do in the future, that is going to. If you have decided to do something in the future and already making arrangements to do it, that is present continuous. Okay? So you see the levels. It goes from will, no plan, to going to, a plan, to present continuous, an arrangement. confirm plans, bought the tickets, call the cab. We also use going to for prediction, but based on evidence. Like for example, oh, look at the clouds. The clouds are black. It's going to rain. Okay, this is a prediction, but you are basing it on evidence. We use going to express that something is about to happen. Like the bomb is going to explode. So going to, we use it for something about to happen, making a prediction based on evidence, or making future plans. We use going to. Will, no plan, we use will. Prediction, not based on any evidence. We used will, and we use will for facts in the future. Okay, let's take a look at some movie vocabularies. Okay, people love movies, right? Cinemas, movie theaters, they are very, you have huge movie buffs. And let's take a look at some vocabularies. What's out? What's out? This means which movies are being played in the theater or at the or at the moment. What movies are out? You say what's out, or you can also say what's showing. It means the same thing. What's showing or what's playing? What's playing? What's showing? What's out? Okay. Next one we have debut. Debut. Notice the pronunciation. The T is silent. We don't say debut or debut. It's just debut. What's debut? It means the first show. The first show is called a debut. So it's also called a premiere. Come out. But debut is the most used, or premiere. Okay, a premiere or a debut, that is when you play something for the first time, like the movie being played for the first time, or a play. A show, it means the different times the movie is being played in the theater. Show. Box office. What is the box office? Box office is the place in the theater where cashiers sell the tickets. Okay, that the box office is where you buy your tickets. And okay, let's see. Box office now has another meaning as well. Yes, that was what I was looking for. Box office has also another meaning. It can be used to talk about how many tickets have been sold or how much money is the movie made. So like, the US box office, like the Black Panther remains top seller at the box office. That means in overall, how many tickets has this movie sold, or how much money they made, or how well they're doing, that earns them a spot on the box office. Okay, so now let's take a look at invitations in English. Here are some common expressions you can use when making an invitation, or when you are responding to an invitation. So if you want to make an invitation, you use these phrases. Do you feel like going for a walk? Do you feel like? Okay, so first one is, do you feel like? So this is a phrase we use for making invitations. Do you feel like? Do you want to? Would you like? Would you like? What about? What about? I'd like you to. Would you be interested in? Would you be interested in? Why don't you? Why don't you? How about? How about? I invite you to. Okay, let's read the full sentences now. So the ones we highlighted in blue, those are the prompts, the phrases that we use to make invitations. So let's use them in sentences or questions. Do you feel like going out for a walk? Do you want to go to the movies tonight? Would you like to play cards? Would you like a cup of coffee? What about a cup of tea? What about a cup of tea? I'd like you to have lunch with us tomorrow. I'd like you to have lunch with us tomorrow. Would you be interested in going to the movies tonight? Would you be interested in going to the movies tonight? Why don't you have lunch with me tomorrow? How about joining me for a walk? How about joining me for a walk? I invite you to have breakfast with me tomorrow morning. I invite you to have breakfast with me tomorrow. Okay, so these are phrases that we use to make invitations. Now, how do we accept invitations? You can say, thank you for your kind invitation. I'd love to. Thanks. I'll be glad to do so. Thanks, I'd like that very much. That's a great idea. Thanks for inviting me to dinner. It's very nice of you. Many thanks for your kind invitation. I'll join you. Sure, thank you. With pleasure. Okay, so those are all the different ways we could accept an invitation. Now, what if we don't like the person who's giving the invitation? Or let's say we are busy, so we decline the invitation. So how to decline or refuse an invitation? Let's take a look. I am sorry to refuse your invitation. I'm sorry to refuse your invitation. I can't. Sorry, I have to work. Thanks for your invitation, but I'm busy now. I'm afraid I won't be able to come. I'm afraid I'm busy tomorrow. Sorry, I'd love to, but I have an appointment. I really don't think I can. Sorry. That's very kind of you, but I can't accept your invitation. So those are ways to decline or reject or refuse an invitation. We are going to talk about the difference between one and ones. We use one for singular and ones for plural. We know that one means one is a single, but we can use it for plural as after an adjective. Okay, like let's see. Let's take some examples. See those two girls? Helen is the tall one. Jane is the short one. So here we use it after the adjective, and the adjective is short and tall. Which is your car? The red one or the blue one? Again, adjective, and the adjective is the color. My trousers are torn. I need some new ones. Trousers means pants. We use plural with pants or trousers because they got two legs. We normally say a pair of pants or a pair of trousers. All right, let's see. The, after the. See the two girls? Helen is the one on the left. Helen is the one on the left. Let's look at the photographs. The ones you took in Paris. So here we used ones because it's plural. We're talking about photographs, so there is more than one photograph. So here we talk about photographs as ones in plural after the. So let's look at the photographs, the ones you took in Paris. After which in questions. We use one or ones after which in questions. So you can borrow a book. Which one do you want? Which ones are yours? How much is this scarf? Which one? The blue one? All right. Finally, we are going to say how we say the prices. So the first thing is we start with the main number, the price, this one right here. So this one is 28. So first thing, we start with the 28, which is the main number. Then the currency, pounds, 28 pounds. Then we talk about the cents or pence. We say 99. So how do you read this price? 28 pounds 99. 28 pounds 99. So this is how we read any prices. We start with the 28, and then the currency, and then the cents. Okay, so let's practice some prices and how to say those prices. So we said number one is what we must keep in mind. Number one is, okay, number one is we are going to take this. So this is down. Sorry. Let's highlight it better. Okay, so this is going to be number one, and this is going to be number two. Okay, so 1 and 2. The number, the main number, and the currency. Number 3, if we have, like decimals, we will say it after the number. So this is 45 euros. 45 euros. $456. $456. 1,234 pounds. 1,234 pounds. $7.99. $7.99. So we start with the 7, that's number 1, and then the currency, that's number 2, and then the cents, that's number 3. Okay? $7.99. 10 pounds and 99 pence, or just 99. 10 pounds 99. 10 pounds 99. And in the context of tourism, we say 150 pounds. 150 pounds. 250 euros. 250 euros. Okay? Now, PP, it means per person. PPPN, it means per person per night. Okay? So PP, it means per person. PPPN, it means per person per night. Okay, so this is it for today. Don't skip the quiz at the end, and I will see you in the next lesson. Have a good one.